Hi viewers, welcome to Lavisco TV once again. My name is Swabura and with me today I have two guests with us, and before we go any further I'd like them to introduce themselves.
Hi everyone, this is John OMAGOR ELKANA. I'm a proud old student of Holy Cross Lakeview Senior Secondary School. I was in Holy Cross from 2015 to 2018, that is Senior 1 to Senior 4. And right now I'm at Makerere University, my fourth year studying Bachelor's of Dental Surgery. And I'm really proud to be back here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Would you please introduce yourself?
Thank you so much. DECLAN MUGABE is the name. I'm a proud old student of Holy Cross Lakeview. Yes, I was at Lakeview from 2015 to 2021, actually roughly 6 years and a half from Form 1 to Form 6. Yeah, I'm really so happy to be back again.
Declan, can you tell us what you're doing now, because I believe you are at campus?
Studied education. I'm a teacher in practice, so in making. I'm also a student of media. Then I'm also a communications specialist working with Jonisa Investments and Kenya Safaris. Specifically, that's what I'm doing currently.
Okay, so you guys say that you were here some time back, so I believe that there is so much you feel like Holy Cross has transitioned into. So would you briefly compare for us the Holy Cross that you attended then and then probably the Holy Cross that you come back to now?
Maybe I'll start with point of correction. We were not here some time back. Yeah, that will make us look so old. But we're here just of recent. Yeah, okay. I take it like time has not passed along, but basically from the times I joined Holy Cross in my senior one, that is in 2015. Yeah, by then we're still in the old campus. There were like so many different things. Comparing it to here, yeah, infrastructure has changed. I see the environment is quite so nice. Like I think this is the ideal environment one can use to study and hatch those great marks. And also maybe I would say, as time goes on, new trends come in. I see the uniforms have changed. Yeah, but I still see one word which still speaks out most as education for service. I remember we used to overspeak it back in our times. That's what has not changed. But yeah, buildings, students, uniform. Yeah, but yeah, and yeah, that's what I say has changed.
Oh, wonderful. And you, Declan?
Well, for me, I'm really so happy about the way Holy Cross has transitioned because from 2015 to 18, we were at the old campus. It was just a few meters from the main road in Wanyange. Then in 2019, actually, I witnessed the transition of Holy Cross from the old Holy Cross we knew to the current trending Holy Cross. And I take the pride and the honors to have been the first head prefect elect at the new campus main, you get? So I can't also say it has been really so long since we left because the years have moved, but not so many years. Of course, in the first years of us settling in, things were a little, we're trying just to settle in, a new environment, new everything. But currently, I see things are trying to improve so much. Students have a little freedom. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of nice things around.
So, in a few words, are you proud to be a Holy Cross student? And do you attribute some of your achievements or your, like the standards at which you are right now to being part of this institution?
Personally, I'm more than proud. I don't know if there is anyone that can explain being more than proud, being an old student of Lakeview. Back then, I used to participate in debates. That was my main co-curricular activity as a person. I used to participate in debate, speech, and leadership. I was a leader all through. And trust me, it has carried me throughout wherever I am or wherever I go to. The character, the training, the experience I obtained from Lakeview it has made me reach places I couldn't expect. You get, the background is all from Lakeview. The leadership skills, because when I stand out somewhere, even if it is speaking, I said I'm a communication specialist. It all started right here because I used to do a lot of public speaking. I used to go for competitions. I used to debate, and it has really exposed me out there. It has put me in places that I couldn't expect or imagine myself going to. So I encourage the young ones as well to carry on with whatever co-curriculars they are so much invested in. If someone is maybe talented at football, basketball, or anything, particularly those who are good at debate and speech, trust me, it will do them a good deal.
Thank you very much. And you?
Thank you so much. Ideally, one thing I can say, like Holy Cross, I joined it when I was a kid, like a boy who had just joined, from primary. I joined senior one, first time being in boarding. A lot of things changed, but at least some of the things that maybe like nurtured me to the person I am. Yeah, I remember in my senior two, I was actually a disciplinary committee member, and I think that's when my leadership skills came out. And actually, even right now, basing on that, I serve as a JRC of dental school to the Guild Representative Council of Makere. That's the 91st Guild House, and I would say they all come because like the how can I say the foundation, like the upbringing that brought us up from Holy Cross here, the teachers, the brothers, the priests, and everything. Actually, I think most of me who I am right now, it's just because of the people I met at Holy Cross. Yeah, that Paul nurtured us. So many memories. Yeah, yeah.
So, what is your best memory of being part of Holy Cross?
Okay, I wouldn't say best. Okay, like for me, best, there are so many things I'll categorize as best. But one thing I can say is it's from Holy Cross. The first time I got into like that responsibility of, being like part of the disciplinary committee of the school, like, yeah, it really, it's really a lot of, okay, so many things are so happy. Then I remember in my senior four, yeah, I think also when I passed and like kind of the school appreciated since I I got I think I was the best in my class in senior four. Yeah, that memory still keeps on ringing in my head up to today. I'm really so proud of that moment. Yeah, there's so many things that happened, but yeah, those are the ones I can remember for now.
Wonderful. Declan, what was your best moment, or what were some of those memorable moments that you had while you studied at Holy Cross?
Well, I too hold quite a number of good memories, good moments when I reminisce the time I had at Lakeview. Fast forward, when I was in Form 1, I was elected prayer leader. That was the very first leadership position. From prayer leader, I graduated to choir master. I mean, every achievement that came was a best moment for me. In senior 3, actually senior 2, I became house captain for Lutaya, a position I held up to Form 6. You get? I was choir master up to Form 6. I was head of readers, you get? Liturgy up to Form 6. I mean, I held it for so long and it was really such a good thing. Form 3, I was elected assistant head boy. It was really a good thing. I came back in A level senior 5. I was elected head prefect and it was really such a good thing. So those moments to me hold a big part in my life. Then the other thing is every time I was out to speak, either to the school or representing the school, because at least I got chance to represent the school here and there, especially in speech and debate. Every time I spoke on a podium somewhere, be it in school outside, it was a good moment for me.
Okay, so most times in school here, we feel bad about very many things. We feel discouraged, we feel hatred and all that stuff. And it's not different, particularly in Holy Cross Lakeview. When you meet students, they'll be telling you a lot of things. Now, as we conclude, I would like you guys to like face the camera and give a message to all the students that are attending education at Holy Cross Lakeview right now, or probably a word of encouragement, starting with you, Declan.
Well, my message or my final word to the current students of Holy Cross, one thing is I urge them to continue believing in themselves because it all begins with you. Regardless of all the negative energy around, the negative power, the words, the talks, and so on and so forth, you have to continue believing in yourself. Right from your academics, believe you can make it, you're going to make it. If it is maybe a competition, believe you're going to make it, and trust me, you'll make it. Okay, then the other thing is embark so much on the core curriculars because they are going to do you quite well. Well, personally, you might not be the very best student in academics, but at least when you have different awards or certificates here and there in different core curriculars or activities, they are going to do you a good service out there. So I urge all the students to embark so much in the core curriculars, MDD, debate, speech, poetry, writing, because I was a writer, I was editor for the magazine, and those things have represented me wherever I've gone, the certificates I got from here. So I encourage the students not to give up on the spirit of participating in co-curriculars and wholeheartedly loving what they do, loving the school, because actually for me as a person, I made it my 11th commandment to love this school with all my heart, my soul, my mind, and my everything. So school was so fun for me. So I urge the students as well to love the school, love this school, because It will keep you moving. Even when you go out, up to now, I still stand and say, wow. I look at the magazines we made. I remember the small struggles we made. Actually, seeing Lavisco TV blossom currently, seeing the debate team blossom nationally, the struggles started back then with us. You get? So I urge the current students not to give up on what they are starting up, because it's going to be the foundation for you out there.
Thank you so much. And you?
Thank you so much. Okay, personally, I would like to thank my colleague Declan. He has actually expounded a lot on some of the things that you can, pick a leaf and become successful in this generation of ours. Basing on what you said about, the bad energy, the complaints from the students. Yeah, one thing I can tell you is there's no community, there's no society which is perfect. Yeah, everyone always has something to complain about. But one thing I can tell you is, yeah, it is not about how much of the negative you saw, like which bad things are you picking up? Like, did you see these guys do this thing wrong? What? That is being so negative. But if you choose the positive aspect of it, because ideally, if you set your goal, like for example, we all come and go, but one thing in common that will stay here, at least for generations to come, it will be Holy Cross Lakeville, because we found it here. And one thing I can tell you is you set up your own goal, you put up your own determination and be like, by the end of my 6 years, by the end of my 4 years in Holy Cross, I want to achieve this, I want to get this. And that's what is going to keep you going. The end justifies the means. So if the means is all about waking up so early at 4, all those things, please, I would advise you, we're there. We saw it as a very bad thing. We saw it as challenges. One thing I can tell you is it's actually paying off, because the world nowadays is so changing. And one thing I can tell you, the people who have your best needs in their heart are your teachers, the administrators. And don't think you know more than they do. Actually, I think you should just follow what they tell you, because they guide us. That's one thing I can advise you. But ideally, as Declan said, it's not always about, being so much into the books. It's about nurturing your personality, not just physically, but spiritually, like socially, economically. You're supposed to integrate all that into your aspect of living. So I'd advise you also to keep up with the co-curriculars, join clubs, join the MDD, do sport. Yeah, because ideally, nowadays you see people who are doing sport are making it so much compared to maybe the scholars, but that doesn't discourage also the scholars from reading. But one thing I tell you is the world is not like, a fixed thing. Try to be flexible, try out new things. And one thing I can advise you is Holy Cross is a very good place, and I wish you the very best in this place. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, our dear guests, for the time. That marks the end of our interview, and we would like to thank our OBs for always coming to check on us. And we urge all the old students of Holy Cross, like you, please come and we interact, come and visit us, come and teach us, come and talk to us. But most importantly, come and we live the old days once again. That is it for now. My name is KISULE Swabura. Stay tuned. Thank you very much.